This fight is going to be unreal.
Chimaev's gonna kill him.
Kill everybody!
Chimaev's gonna walk this boy down. This is the one for the world championship? Are you kidding me?
UFC 319 is just around the corner, so I thought I would share a couple of wrestling counter moves that could potentially be used against Khamzat's grappling. For people that don't know me, my name is Achilles. I'm an Olympic wrestling coach, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and I've been on the wrestling mats for over 30 years now. The chest wrap and the switch. I know, it sounds crazy, but at the end of the day, you have to fight fire with fire. Let me explain. So the chest wrap, it does work very well, and we've seen it being used effectively in high-level wrestling matches, but we actually seen it being used against Khamzat in the fight that he had with Kamaru Usman. So in the second round, as you can see here, actually Kamaru Usman managed to initiate this type of counter very successfully to an extent and managed to hold Chimaev back. So in my opinion, I think in order to stop him and start initiating a form of counter move and somehow get away from him will be to disrupt that head drive. So what I mean by that is only trying to use hands or push the head down or cross face or do all those type of typical counter moves that we think or we normally use in low-level kind of grappling matches or wrestling matches won't work against him. The guy just could drive his head through a brick wall. So you need more than just that. You need to use your whole body leaning into that side where he's driving from. Apply the chest wrap, apply it high, apply it deep in order to get his arms as close as possible to his ears, to his head, disrupt that head drive, and from there on, start building a form of counter. Now, problem we have here is that most of the time, in order to perform that type of move, you need room behind you because you're gonna lock deep, you're gonna apply the chest wrap, you're gonna turn slightly into him, and then from there, you're gonna pop him sideways. Unfortunately, with him, the issue we have is that every time he is deep, he's on the legs, your back is against the cage. And he does it very well. He manages somehow to, manhandle people all the way into the wall, and from there he puts people down. That's when we could very likely and effectively use the second counter. Now, he shoots, he gets on your legs, he gets on your hips. You're a bit late to apply the chest wrap, you're a bit late into leaning into him. He's already building up, you know he's gonna take you down towards your left hand side. So one hand goes deep, either around his chest or around his belly. The opposite hand, the left hand that you're gonna be normally using to brace your fall or to break the fall, you're gonna be reaching down towards his ankle or his leg that's already, or it's still on the floor. You're gonna grab on it, and as he's driving and rolling you towards your left hand side, you're gonna use that leg, that momentum, the hand around the belly, and you're gonna roll him over. You're gonna go deep, you're gonna roll over, you're gonna roll him on the other side. From there you can break, disengage, and come back up. Now, these two scenarios, they're very good, and both these type of counters work very, very well, and we've seen them being used in wrestling and they work well. Unfortunately, this is not a wrestling match, this is an MMA match. Chimaev's grapple is slightly different than a normal or kind of traditional wrestler, so it's slightly harder to predict if this type of moves will work, but so far the chest wrap, we've seen it being used successfully to an extent by Kamaru Usman, and it's that type of move that may potentially have some success against him. Another move that works and is used a lot in MMA, in wrestling, jiu-jitsu and so on, is the switch. Now, I don't know how much this type of move will work, just because every time he drives with a single and he still has his head on the outside, he will quickly switch to double and he will bring you down, or he will go very, very low. So the switch is another option. I think it works very well. I'm using it a lot myself. I think a lot of other wrestlers and jiu-jitsu and MMA guys are using it. It's a good way of coming out of a knee pull or a single leg with the head on the outside. So it works very well. It works very well when you have someone on your back in wrestling and you're building up and you need to come out. Again, you can use the switch. So it's a very wrestling, kind of traditional wrestling move that works very well. It's very effective, but again, I don't know. We haven't seen or had enough footage of Khamzat's wrestling in the cage just because every time is so one-sided. So let me know in the comments below if you think this type of counters could potentially work against Khamzat Chimaev. Regardless, this weekend is going to be an incredible weekend. I can't wait to see this fight happening, and I want Chimaev to be the champion. I think he deserves it. I would feel really bad if Du Plessis is gonna lose his belt just because he's an incredible fighter, he's funny, he's so good on the mic, he's just an South African treasure, lovely guy. It's hard. Regardless who's gonna win, I'm happy. Regardless of the outcome, I'm happy. I just, like any other coach out there or any other wrestling coach, jiu-jitsu coach, MMA coach, we all just want to figure out the puzzle of Khamzat's wrestling game. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.